This week, Mortal Kombat 2.
Yes.
How best to describe Mortal Kombat 2? I was trying to describe it to Amy as this podcast will be like trying to write a New York Times review, a culinary review, but about Sour Patch Kids. This is one of the thinnest, most half-baked movies you could ever fucking watch.
Yeah.
But it's surprisingly fucking fun and engaging. Like I took my 8-year-old to see it because he is really into Mortal Kombat all of a sudden for no fucking reason that I can glean. Yeah, I don't think he saw the original Christopher Lambert Mortal Kombat with me, and I think that's it. Dude, by the way, worst movie, best sets ever. Like the set designer on that just fucking blew the budget out on incredible sets.
I really missed that from this one because clearly this is all shot on the volume.
Yeah.
Everything is. And I think that's even...
See, I don't know about that, man. I felt like some of the scenes were definitely set in some sort of location. Like the
Which
temple
ones?
scene. The temple scene?
The bar scene?
Well,
they have pillars and shit on stage, but the backgrounds are all volume.
I felt like the first... Not the first Mortal Kombat, but the one in this series had more...
The first of these.
Of a connection. Yeah. The one from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Had more...
It was more real.
Yeah, was lived in more than this one.
But
this one
that movie entirely took place on Earth, if I'm not wrong, right?
No, not all of it, but yeah, lots of it.
Most of it took place
Lots of it took place on Earth.
And a lot of it was Scorpion's backstory, so it felt like it was a much easier project to...
Well, that one was also like more of a, we're introducing a new character who's not from the Mortal Kombat universe, who's like an MMA fighter who has the dumbest fucking powers of all time. And whatever. I think the problem with this movie is this is essentially... the Marvelification thing going forward. This is just Guardians of the Galaxy, but with extreme gore, but like cartoonish gore that doesn't really accomplish anything, if that makes sense.
Well, like it's like in unbelievable gore. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's the kind of gore that's so fucking cartoonish that it lacks any impact or physical pain or carnage. Like there's no fucking value to it.
It takes you out of humanity in a way.
It is a lot like the Avengers type movies where physics don't matter.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's not quite as far as like Crouching Tiger, where that's part of the artistic design.
Sure.
Like I feel like this one is supposed to be based in reality with like supernatural abilities, right?
What part of this is supposed to be based in reality?
Well, no, I mean, but like
the part where Johnny Cage is at Days of the Dead.
Yes, that hit.
Where Johnny Cage is just like fucking.
The part of this movie that's based in reality is like the physics of it.
No.
Wow, that I don't agree with at all.
You don't think so?
What actual physics are... I feel like the physics are more like that Johnny Cage throwback VHS we watched, where he's doing the fucking splits and jumping like 8 feet.
That was actually my favorite part of the whole movie.
No, exactly. That's it. That's what it is to me. It's like an 80s throwback of like, this is how we would view this being able to happen at this certain period of time. Yeah.
All right, well, let's set it up a little bit. So Mortal Kombat 2 takes place, I guess, 8 to 9 years after the first one, because Earth has somehow lost 9 more tournaments in a row.
It had to have been 8 years.
Yeah, but we still have the champions from the first movie, right?
Except for
they're
Scorpion.
training and they suck and they need a fill-in, right?
No. So I watched the other one today too.
Yeah,
rewatched it. It's only just like a week or so later because in that first one they never get to the tournament. They're just recruiting for the tournament.
There's no tournament in the first Mortal Kombat?
No, there's no tournament.
Oh my God.
It's just it's like a big Ocean's 11, like, let's recruit the team.
Just gather the team and do nothing.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Well, they're trying to prevent the tournament from happening.
Yeah.
So that's the whole plot of the first one is that whatever the Outworld is trying to prevent this tournament from even happening. So they're trying to kill all of the contestants.
Yeah.
So this picks up right after that, where they finally start the tournament.
Let's start here, right? So yeah, the big thing in this one is they bring Johnny Cage in, and we get more Outworld, right? We get this fucking story from whatever his name is, Song Ku. I can't remember any character names in this. Shang Tsung, yeah. Shang Tsung.
He's the sorcerer.
Yeah, he's the guy with the guy with the warhammer.
Oh, that's Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah. I know most of the lore, by the way, if you have any lore questions.
I have a million, because the lore in this is stupid as fuck.
I played this game for many years.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I have played 1,000 hours of Mortal Kombat games. I didn't know anything that was happening in these fucking movies.
Did you watch the videos that came out with there was a video that came out with the first one, which was a cartoon historical depiction of how, like, Sub-Zero got his powers and how Scorpion got his powers.
No.
So, dude, there's a whole thing that you don't even know about this movie. That's why I feel like...
I'll say this. I couldn't think of a thing I give less fucks about in the entire universe than the backstory.
I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about the world in general, right?
I will say
the
this
world
to your
in general
point.
loves Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
and they love the lore of Mortal Kombat.
This was one of the most packed theaters I've been in like a year or two. Like my theater had, for a Regal, it had like 30, 40 people. That's like a fucking good crowd for a Regal on Friday night.
It gets super in depth with like Shang Tsung and Sub-Zero and Scorpion and like his backstory. Like they went through that a little bit with the first movie.
But it's not interesting at all.
Yeah, the best review I've seen of this movie was someone just on Threads was like, my Mortal Kombat review in one sentence. Shouldn't this be cooler? Like, shouldn't everything in this movie just be cooler? And that's kind of the problem. And again, it's always going to be the problem. Like Street Fighter is going to deal with this too. When you're adapting a fighting video game, the story's inherently just people punching each other. There's not a lot of story that matters or that really latches on. And the thing is, when we were kids, you were either a Street Fighter 2 kid or a Mortal Kombat kid normally, right? I was much more Street Fighter 2 because the fucking characters I thought were cooler and they were more interesting in their various styles. Mortal Kombat, the big thing they did was that was the first video game I remember having graphic violence, like brutal fucking violence and fatalities and head rips, whatever. I think what we see now is that when you translate that to 2 90-plus minute movies, what the fuck was this? The closest cinematic comparison I can draw to this was the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe, where I was like, what the fuck is happening? And
that was a great movie. So that's my point with this whole thing.
So we found the demographic. You fucking. So you love this movie. So what did you love about this movie?
Well, so I wouldn't say I love this movie. I feel like I love the concept of the movie. I love the concept of Mortal Kombat. I've loved the video game for years. I love the whole idea behind having to fight for your world,
your realm,
for your realm in like a martial arts combat. I feel like that's such a great idea.
I love Bloodsport too.
Like the lore behind it is so fucking good. I feel like the
disagree. Hard disagree. Yeah, but that's fine.
Well, why?
It's paper thin.
Because nothing matters. Nothing is important or interesting in this. So here's the thesis.
What do you mean nothing matters?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
World.
First off, the idea that the gods have created this. Let's just start here. The biggest problem with this fucking movie is that the script is unintelligible dog shit across the board. The script is so fucking bad.
The script is the bad part.
The script, I feel like, gets the jokes right.
Yeah.
Like the jokes landed. And this is the thing. I saw it with my 8-year-old, and he was like, that's my favorite new movie. He fucking loved this movie. And I was like, maybe if I was a child.
Yeah, it's for kids.
I would still. Yeah, it's a kid's movie that also has like the most fucking ridiculous cartoon violence.
It's also for down to earth adults.
I have a whole rant on that. But
let's start here.
It's for down to earth adults.
Here's the thing, right? Why I kind of fucking scoff at you saying the lore is interesting, right? The whole idea of this, that the gods, whoever the fuck they are.
I mean, obviously the lore is interesting. They've created like 12 video games and like 4 movies off of it.
Right, but the video games never were successful for lore. They were successful for fighting, which is different than lore.
But there's been tons of fighting games, and you don't know the name of them, but you know the name of Mortal Kombat.
I know Soul Calibur was also good. I don't know any fucking lore for that. Neither. Let me get through this.
Okay. I was into the lore of the video games when I was a kid.
It's got the best lore out of any of the fighting games. For sure.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. That's a super fucking low bar to fucking just walk over. You don't even have to jump.
When I was 11, I thought it was.
When I was a fucking tiny child. But here's the thing.
Well, maybe
so the entire thing are the gods, whoever the fuck they are, and we never see the gods except for Raiden, right? There's one god who's not powerful at all and doesn't do shit except for teleportations, right?
Well, I don't think Raiden's an elder god. He's talking about the elder gods, which are totally
neither here nor there.
Okay.
Before you fucking keep fucking trying to defend the dumbest fucking movie of all time. Let me get through this. So the elder gods, whoever the fuck they are, Elden's fucking pappies, Raiden's pappies, whatever, right?
Yeah.
They say that there are all these realms and we have to fucking protect them. We can't be about armies, right? Because why would we want a people who can unite and fucking be democratic to be able to fight for their rights? It's got to be just fucking 5 warriors.
It's got to be
for the realms. And if you win 10 in a row, you get to take over the world or the earth or outworld, whatever the fuck, right? Fine. We start off with what I thought was a pretty cool cold open, right? Of a king like fucking hugging his daughter. And he goes and fights and loses to Warhammer guy.
Yep.
Pretty fucking great opening scene, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of into that. Here's the problem with the rest of the movie. None of the lore makes a fucking bit of sense and is insanely fucking stupid and childish and pedantic and nothing but what can get us to the next scene.
Yep.
Here's an example. Why, if this tournament is so important, are there no fucking rules that fucking matter in this tournament? If you go and fucking slice Raiden's throat and try to kill the combatants in the middle of the tournament, That should not be allowed.
They cover
why
that.
Why can at the end when it's a 2-on-2 fight, right? And our team just fucking loses, and one guy teleports out, and the other girl's just like, and she does the dumbest fucking like laser wrist powers, like she's Jubilee, right? The other girl who's on Outworld just all of a sudden goes,
teams.
I relinquish and I switch teams, and you're like, well, that's a 6-on-4. That's not Mortal Kombat anymore. What the fuck are we doing? This movie, for being a movie about it's a sports movie essentially, right? It's a sports movie where there are no fucking rules and nothing matters. Mm-hmm. The stakes of the movie are a foregone conclusion. We know Earth isn't going to fucking die, obviously, but they don't even follow the rules of their own fucking world or movie.
You know what I liked
so
about
fucking stupid.
The 90s version is it reminded me of, I mean, obviously it's not getting anywhere close to Enter the Dragon, but
like the worst Bruce Lee movie.
But
yeah.
Yes, I mean, it was like a fantasy version of like Enter the Dragon. You know,
yes,
like the
it was very basic. People do karate fights and that's it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is just
no, even in the first
nonsense.
one, it was for the fate of the Earth.
Right, but they just said the fate of the Earth, dude. It's like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's Scorpion and Reptile and all these fucking fighters, and it was just a normal fucking karate movie, right? This one has the problem of it thinks that we give a shit about these characters, and we don't give a shit about any of these characters,
there's not
right?
even any stakes presented to their fates. I mean, the one that preceded this, at least it felt there was a little bit of weight to whether or not they would live or die.
Yeah.
And now you just know anybody can come back at any time.
Yeah.
And there's no consequences.
I don't get that.
Well, it's like Liu Kang at the end. Liu Kang gets fucking stabbed, right, by a Warhammer guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he goes, finally, I see what Raiden meant. I meant to bring my brother back. And he fucking turns into a bird and flies away. And I was like, what the absolute stupid fucking dog shit is this?
That's Liu Kang, but like the dude with the robot arms isn't coming back.
I bet you they all fucking come back.
You bet they all come back?
I bet they all come back. Although they literally did Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where it's like when Karl Urban's doing the campfire with Baraka, it's like, now we have our new fucking Guardian squad. And I was like, why the fuck would I ever want to watch one of these movies again? Unless my 8-year-old wants to go. Yeah. Like, these movies are so fucking stupid.
They're not for us.
Like, I think that's the thing. It's such a painfully stupid fucking movie.
I feel like you guys are being way too harsh, man.
I mean, we are, because that's the thing. This is not a movie.
Okay,
this is a video game IP cash-in.
I feel like you need to have played the game. You need to have.
I played the game for thousands of hours. I played all the Mortal Kombat games.
I don't believe
Let's get into this, though. Can I just ask some questions?
All right.
Yeah.
So, first of all, the fact that this is going to open to like $50 million or whatever.
Yeah, big box office.
Depresses me to no end. Because that's great. I guess people are taking their kids, but this is a hard R movie.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time understanding who this audience is. Clearly, it's a huge audience.
Yeah.
Is it for
it's nostalgia
millennia?
People. It's Sam. It's people that are nostalgic for the game.
All the people that watched Hereditary and were like, "What the fuck is this?"
I guess.
What the fuck
there's like a bunch of different people in this world, bro.
Look, I like a good dumb movie. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I'm not even saying this is like a good dumb movie. I feel like this is just a very basic, straightforward movie that, you know, it tells you it's just going to be fighting for the Earth, and that's what they do.
I guess.
I feel like they get too lost in like the machinations of like the two worlds, and like, are we supposed to give a fuck about Katana in this movie?
Or Aldenia or whatever.
Or whatever her name is. Who's the fucking fan lady? Is that Katana?
I was thinking more about her world and all those people.
Yeah, why do I care about that world? There's no scene of her like being just to the people of her world.
Well, yeah, but
there's
that's
no
the same
like
thing as saying, why do you care about Earth? Because you don't know everybody on Earth. Why do you
fucking live on Earth?
Why do you care if the people in Asia though are enslaved? You don't.
Because
really
I
care.
fucking live on the planet Earth, and I'm a human being.
So it's just proximity.
Sorry.
I feel like that's such a stupid like fucking straw man argument. Like, you're saying that you think it's hard for me to imagine the plight of another
when you watch
human
Avatar,
being.
Are you like, why do I care about these blue people? They're
no. When
really
I watch
far away
Avatar,
from me.
I just want to turn it off. I don't give a fuck about Avatar.
You know what I'm talking about? Any movie where it's a world that's not yours. Why do you give a fuck about it?
Well, because they give me scenes where I fucking have a moment to empathetically bond to the characters of that show.
Scene didn't do that for you.
No, the one scene was fine, but we didn't talk to the people. It was just this fucking royal, like, Shakespearean bullshit.
You talked to the lady, but the problem with this movie was so big, you couldn't really focus.
That's okay. So that's a fair point.
The first movie was
just got bloated
because they could just focus on Scorpion.
Well, also the first one we just fucking focused on essentially the journey of a suit guy.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is, who mercifully got fucking warhammered and acided in this one because he fucking sucks and didn't belong in these movies, right? But at least in the first one, he's a normal fucking like loser cage fighter. It's kind of a Rocky setup, right? A guy who's like just not up to the challenge. And he gets called. And that journey makes sense to me in a very Bloodsport way of like this fucking warrior who's called to fight. He's never been enough, but he has inner powers he can unlock.
There's a revenge aspect to it.
There's a scene when he's defending his wife and kid against Goro. And you're like, okay, I kind of understand what's happening. This movie, literally, he's just like, yo, bro, I've been at the Sky Temple. I haven't seen my wife and kid in 2 years. And I'm cool with that. And I go, what the fuck is that? I was like, that's the worst fucking script that's the worst screenwriting I've ever heard.
It's not a great script.
Like, that's so fucking stupid. I was like, him caring about his wife and kid should be the whole fucking story. That's the whole story of the first one.
He was just trying to convince Johnny Cage to stay. So he was saying, hey, I've given up all this. You should quit being such a little bitch because you have nothing.
Well, I think the biggest problem is, like, the katana stuff just fucking kills the movie dead in its tracks. It should have just been a Johnny Cage movie.
Yeah.
I think what kills this movie for us, it's kind of like when we were kids, I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 better than 1 because it had more turtles fighting and stuff. Yeah. I liked Home Alone 2 better than Home Alone 1 because there were more hijinks. Yeah. But now as an adult, I can go back and like, objectively say the original movies are infinitely better.
Infinitely
better. And I'm not saying that the Mortal Kombat from a couple years ago was infinitely better, but this has more stuff that kids love. Yeah. So what I'm trying to wrap my head around is this is a kid's movie, but it's rated hard R for adults.
Yeah, they're dropping fucks and cunts left and right.
And it's gory and graphic. So, but kids obviously are in the audience watching this. I guess that would
my kid was,
Well, their parents take them.
So, but do kids know Mortal Kombat now? Is that still in the culture?
So Logan told me last night, Logan was like, hey, I kind of want to play one of these Mortal Kombat games. And I was like, how the fuck did he know about Mortal Kombat enough to want to go see the movie? But, like, he's never fucking played a Mortal Kombat game.
I mean, they're coming out with the games every couple years.
Who's going to this? Is it people our age that played it when they were kids and they're going back for their nostalgia? Like, I'm sorry, I grew up. Like, Mortal Kombat is not interesting to me as an adult. Like, what people are hard up, like, ready for this? Sam, is this you? You're like excited about this?
I was never, like, a huge Mortal Kombat guy. But I like the lore of it, and I got super in depth into the lore of Mortal Kombat and reading all the like side novels and reading all the comic books and reading all this shit. I think it's a big fucking thing that you guys just don't know about.
Well, I wish they would have put any of that into the movie.
Well, whatever it is,
the problem is, I think they did with a bunch of little like flashes. And if you didn't,
here's the thing: you
didn't know about it.
You can't give me a taste and an Easter egg of an IP that wasn't interesting enough for me to care about when it was popular.
Well, I feel like it's the same problem that Star Wars has, where they just show these flashes of things and they think it's enough, you know.
But like Star Wars started as a movie where like I had all the IP there. Right. And was excited to keep doing like I didn't even know Mortal Kombat made novels.
Slap fight each other.
Yeah. Like
no, Mortal Kombat had a large lore history. And way back at the beginning, they were writing novels and stuff. Yeah.
And just none of that made it into the screenplays
they didn't read those when they were writing the movies?
I mean, I think it probably did. It's just, you know, it's not noticeable unless you know it.
Anyway, I'm just
maybe that's
looking
why
at
I
this
liked it a little bit more.
Obviously, a kid would like this.
Yeah.
What adult in their right mind would sit through this and not have their brain leak out of their ear?
The only thing I thought was that
the fighting was cool.
It harkened back to like Beastmaster for me. We used to get these like high fantasy adventure movies.
This is exactly what it felt like an 80s movie.
And there were parts of that I really enjoyed. And like, again, when I was watching it with my kid, I liked it because my kid was so fucking pumped. And he's like,
that's great. But why is this aimed at adults?
But I also thought about Heath and I was like, man, he's going to fucking hate this movie. Like, he's going to get nothing out of this. You know what I mean? You don't fucking give a shit about fantasy.
No, there's nothing in it for me. And I can sit through a fantasy if it has something I can relate to.
Well, not every fantasy is Lord of the Rings, you know.
Well, that's the problem is this one just has no fucking soul. It has no heart. Yeah. It has no characters. Like, the closest thing you can say is that Raiden talked to Johnny Cage for like 1 minute, and he's like, you need perspective.
It's infantile.
And then at the end, Johnny Cage is like, I've changed everything. I do have perspective now. And you're like, that's the whole fucking movie.
Also,
that's what I'm supposed to give a shit about.
Weird pop culture quips that kids would not know about or understand. Like, this movie is made for grown-ups. And I'm just like, my mind is blown that so many grown-ups are like into this.
Well, it also was one of those moments where, like, when Martin Scorsese was talking about how like Marvel kind of harkens the death of the cinematic artistic value.
Yeah.
I was like, I think he was a little ahead. I think Mortal Kombat is officially what he was talking about. Like, Mortal Kombat is, to me, and the fact that it's popular and will keep making movies, as Dandino likes to say on the Wednesday pod, hey, it's a movie that employed people, and that's great. This is... I hate
to be a snob, but I just feel like as adult moviegoers, we should hold ourselves to a bit higher standard.
Right.
You know?
And that's the thing, if you're going to make it hard R, fucking make a Bloodsport movie. Make a movie where it's fucking actual fighting and, like, there's grown-ups doing grown-up shit. Like, why are we doing all this other fucking childish Guardians of the Galaxy bullshit?
It's so childish.
And it's fucking hard
R. And that's fine if it's a PG-13 movie. That's fine.
Right. If you're going for that, like, full, like, we're going to a younger audience, right? But it's just like, what the fuck was this movie? Like, I was literally stunned because, like, when Kano comes back, you're like, I like Kano. He says cunt and he's really fucking funny. Like, great actor. Karl Urban might be, like, one of the new, most underappreciated actors we have. He's great in everything.
New?
Well, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Rings,
since The Boys, he's been popping up, like, as a star.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because he was in Lord of the Rings. He was in Dread. He did shit. But I feel like now he's like a star, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, okay, man, those guys are great. Why am I, like, not with them the whole movie? Why do I care about Jade and Katana, who are supposed to be the emotional core of the film, I guess, but don't
it's just a cartoon.
Fucking do anything?
It's like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yes, that's the thing. Like, because before this movie started, they had the trailer for the new Masters of the Universe, right? And I was like, this movie made me, like, 100% sure there's no chance I'll go see Masters of the Universe in theaters.
That was terrible.
Because I had a nostalgia wave. That was me and Skylar's, like, favorite thing. We loved Masters of the Universe. Skylar and me couldn't say we called Masters of the Universe, right? We loved it. It was like a big deal for us. I watched Mortal Kombat and they're like, I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to give money to that.
And we've been fed member berries for like 15 years now. Like, you know, the novelty of this nostalgia wave is totally worn off. I don't need another Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I've never been one for nostalgia. I just thought I thought the action was really good and the story was terrible.
Well, let me ask you this.
The script writing was terrible.
Did the action suffer at all to you? Because it just lacked punch, because it's cartoonish and the violence is cartoon?
I felt the exact opposite, because I was thinking that they were going to do like the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon thing where people just jump all over the fucking place. And I like that they kept it a little bit more real. It's just people are shooting fire. But they're actually fighting each other. They're not using magic. Like at the end, she's stabbing him in the neck.
The one lady's literally a fucking like witch who fucking has banshee powers.
But like the actual combat where
like Jackson Jade was like a real fight.
Like Jackson Jade was a real fight.
That was pretty cool.
Katana and Shao Kahn at the end where she's stabbing him over and over and he's still not dying, even though he's not immortal. He's just really fucking tough. I thought that shit was really cool. I thought that it felt more realistic compared to movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, stuff like that, or Hero, or any of those like traditional fantasy martial arts movies. I felt like this was a more Americanized version.
Yeah, but compare it to Enter the Dragon. Holy shit. I mean, there's no comparison. Like, that's actual real martial artists going at each other. And
I did love in this one, every time Karl Urban had a fight scene, we just cut way wide. Oh, yeah. And just have like a fucking terrible stunt double.
He's like 60, isn't he?
He's old as shit. Shit. And he's fucking doing pretty good, man. But they had to cut wide to do all the fucking stunt replacements. And you're like, that is not Karl Urban, bro.
No.
I did really like his part. Yeah, man, the script was just so hard to overcome. And it was just like a lot of the dialogue was just like, what the fuck? Why would you write it like this, you know?
Yeah, well, I think to your point, it's a movie that
it relies so much on prior knowledge.
So yes, it over-indexes on like this vast lore that they think we know, and we don't.
Every time that character enters, they have to say their full name. They're like, "Oh, that's Shang Tsung," so that people know who he is.
Well, this is
like,
why
that's very dorky.
This is why kids like it. Yeah. You know, it works on a level for kids. Yeah. Why are we saying shit and fucking cunt throughout the whole movie?
It's Peppa Pig, where it's like, "Oh, it's Grampy Rabbit, cunt."
Yeah,
right? It's like, what the fuck is that? But no, I mean, it's one of those. And again, I think a lot about this because like the last video game I was really into back when I had free time was Overwatch, right? And Overwatch apparently online has like this very vast fucking lore about all the things that are happening. I was like, brother, I just want to turn it on for 30 minutes and play a match. I don't give a shit about all the fucking poppycock you're talking about.
That's part of these IPs though, man. That's the part about modern IP is that you not only need to present a singular product that people can watch and learn, but you need to have other stuff. And you'd have all this backstory. You'd have all these YouTube rabbit holes that people go down.
Five Nights at Freddy's is
feel like
that.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is a very similar
important
analog
part
to this.
to modern IP. And I feel like Mortal Kombat, they didn't start that, obviously, but I feel like they got on that early. And a lot of what makes Mortal Kombat popular is the extra shit.
Well, I think the big thing when the first Mortal Kombat came out is it was kind of at the end of COVID. Because I remember watching it at my neighbor's house in his basement. Because we were both like, fuck, we love Mortal Kombat.
And it was free on I think being free on HBO.
That's the thing. It was free on HBO. And not only that, but it's like, it felt novel to see a Mortal Kombat movie that was a little more fucking tongue-in-cheek and violent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and a little bit more produced, too.
Yeah, and but I think back to that, and I was like, man, like, this movie just lacked, like, the Sub-Zero Scorpion MMA guy fight where, like, he made the fucking octagon ice. Like, there were things that harkened back to what I remember Mortal Kombat being, and this one's just so fucking nonstop cartoon that it never fucking landed any punches for me.
Here's a great
like, even the two brothers fighting, right? They brought the brother back, and I was like, dude, I barely remember that guy.
There was a great scene in the earlier movie where... What's the guy's name? The main character that was not part of the video games?
Cole.
Okay. So he and his family are like at a restaurant or something, and then suddenly it's snowing, and just kind of like, that's Sub-Zero coming. It's kind of like
the scene where he's like tracking him in the alley and shit. Yeah, that was
like
great.
The whole build up to that, and the like bolts of ice getting thrown around. And just how they build that whole scene, it's like the Terminator showing up. You know? It was cool. Like, it was really well done. And it felt like it was part of a world that I could recognize. Mm-hmm. And this was just green. I don't know if it's green screen.
It was all on stage.
It was just like had no weight to it whatsoever.
No weight. And then even like they brought Sub-Zero back, who's like everyone's favorite Mortal Kombat character. But then they're like, what if he was murdered out like he was a car on Pimp Your Ride?
And also, what if we
had a shadow guy that
if we put him in
use shadows?
No one cares about the blackface for Sub-Zero. Did anybody notice that?
All right, settle down, Drewski. We don't want to get canceled.
Well, I was just like, you put this dude in blackface, man.
Well, I think because he's a fucking melted corpse.
Right?
Yeah, I know, but it's still
charred up.
Yeah, he's charred up, I think is what. But again, it's just like, he's like, now I have shadow powers.
Yeah, Noob Saibot.
And I was like, oh, that might be cool. And then it's like, but the purple guy doesn't have shadow powers and he just sucks at guarding the amulet?
Well,
like,
no, the purple guy was his actual soul. Like, if you played the game, Noob Saibot was the guy you fought before you fought Shang Tsung. And the thing is, you'd have to kill his original body because his shadow is invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was what they were going for. Like, the actual purple dude was him, and the shadow was not real.
Well, right, because that's when he's like, get over here. Yeah. But then Sub-Zero's fucking murdered out body still is getting fought by like 4 guys. After that, so you're like, what? And as soon as, this is how you know you're in like a bad movie that's going to struggle to pull out of the tailspin, is they're like, there's an all-powerful amulet.
Yeah.
And if we get the amulet and destroy it, we'll fucking win Mortal Kombat. And I was like, oh, no.
It's just like Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Oh, no. Like Lord of the Rings, the ring is more of a symbolic device for this fucking epic journey. This was literally just a Deus Ex Machina. Like, this guy's fucking invincible, but as soon as we break that, we'll... Like, it's such a foregone conclusion the whole time.
And he's almost... still damn near invincible.
Yeah, and he's already fucking cool as shit and invincible.
Shit, yeah.
Right? Like, it's one of those bad movie things where you're like, this guy's already fucking cool as shit.
He's already scary.
He's got the awesome helmet. He's fucking huge, but he's like jacked, but like not have abs and shit. And anytime someone has a Warhammer, I'm a sucker for that. And I was like, this guy fucking rules. And then they're like, but we'll give him an amulet to make him. And I was like, all right, I get it. I saw Thanos too. I saw the movies. Like,
yeah.
And it's like it's Marvel infecting every major IP is just like, we have to, like, here's a great example. So we saw Master of the Universe before, and I was like, oh fuck, they're just ripping off Thor. This movie's gonna suck. Why would I watch that? You know what trailer came on before that I was like, that's how you fucking do IP, was Clayface.
Oh, that was awesome.
Clayface trailer's fucking incredible. And Logan was like scared in his seat. Yeah. And I was like, dude, it's just a Batman movie. He's like, Batman? And he felt okay all of a sudden. He was like scared. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's how you do it. Find a new wrinkle. Find a way to make it personal and interesting and engaging. And this is just Guardians of the Galaxy horseshit all over. And like, you can literally see them just running the Marvel playbook. Like, beat for fucking beat.
Even the poster.
Even the fucking poster.
Yeah,
it's
the poster
exact same
looked
thing.
Marvel as hell. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, hey, you have to give them credit. It seems to be working.
Yeah.
So people are showing up for it.
I'm kind of with you.
I'm just depressed
it is depressing. It's like I've seen great movies this year that like we just saw that, what is it, Over Your Dead Body?
Yeah.
Made fucking jack shit.
Dude, everyone's talking shit about that
but
movie.
everyone's just watching. Yeah, people are talking shit on that.
I don't understand it at all.
Me and producer Nick saw it, and we're just like over the moon. And it's just like,
good.
Meh. Well, like I kept reading all these reviews. It's like, well, the script is kind of clunky and hard to get over. And I was like, but you just fucking paid $12 to go to do a Sam. You paid $12 to watch Mortal Kombat and gave it a 3.5.
Yeah. The script was the best. The script was the most like no fat on anything I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it was the perfect script.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's a different movie.
That's the problem with this one. Is it's just like it's one of those movies too. And again, I think this is the problem. Is I do think, Heath, you really have nailed the fucking mark on this one. Which is, why is it a hard R, like, made for fucking, like, kindergarten kids?
I don't get it.
It's very strange.
Like, it doesn't seem to be holding it back, but to me, it just tells me that the real audience that they're going for here
is, like, 30-year-olds.
The fucking losers like, that are our age.
Because I'm
sorry to say.
It is one of those, like, when my kid liked it, I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
How many fucking, like, my kid was the youngest kid in the theater, right, at 8 years old. I was like, how many parents are taking their kids to see Mortal Kombat 2?
Hey, man.
My theater was literally full of just pairs of dudes.
I went to rated R movies all the time with my parents when I was a kid, so that's fine.
I saw Predator. I saw all these
if you want
to.
But again, like...
But those were movies our parents wanted to see and took us.
That's the difference.
That is the difference.
I feel like this is that.
You know, okay,
which is depressing.
Maybe.
This is an 80s movie. For sure.
Okay, I do think...
This is no different than like if I
could have been an 80s movie.
Yeah, this could have been an 80s... Like if I went to go see... What was the one? Crawl?
Yeah, Crawl.
I feel like it'd be like going to see Crawl.
It is kind of Crawl-like,
it's like you
dude.
don't
That's
care
a good
about
pull.
the story that much. You just want to see some people...
They're just doing fantasy hijinks and shit. Yeah, that's a great comparison. It's kind of a modern Crawl.
And even at the beginning of the movie, he throws it back to like, no one wants to see this shit anymore. No one wants to see karate poses.
You know what sucks, though? That shit with Johnny Cage
that was the best part of the movie.
Fucking good.
But I feel like that was
him is like the sad old loser.
Of the movie
and dude, the remake they did of his 80s movie, like Uncaged Fury, was fucking hilarious.
Honestly, I was so into all of that, and I had the thought, I was like, fuck, I wish we would just have the Johnny Cage movie.
Yeah.
It was just this.
Yeah.
It was just him, you know, in his like low point.
He's like an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you do the unbearable weight of massive talent, but just with like a loser 80s star.
Yeah, it would have been... I would have been more interested in it, and it would have made infinitely less money.
Yeah, it would have made no money at the box office, and that would have been it. Yeah.
It'd have been like The Surfer, and everyone would have been like, what the fuck was that?
I think it could have been an action movie, of course, but... it would have been comedic, but you wouldn't have all the video game bullshit that, you know, just the cartoonishness.
But like today, before his soccer game, like we drove to Logan's soccer game, right? And he's in the back seat of the car and he found these old pair of sunglasses we have. And before he got out, he fucking did the middle finger, pushed his glass up, and he goes, I'm Logan fucking Griffey. And I was like, that's kind of adorable, man. That is kind of cool.
Well, it's like all those old movies we used to watch when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
They weren't good.
Wait, which ones?
Like Robot Jocks and Blood of Heroes.
Oh, dude.
And like all these, and Split Second. And
Robot Jocks, another Stuart Gordon classic.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Fucking Stuart Gordon, bro.
So I've not seen any of those movies.
Yeah.
Were those for adults or for kids?
They were more for
like
adults.
The same as this.
Okay.
It was like
I think this is the thing too, and that's why I was like, Heath's gonna be so miserable, because I think Sam and I grew up very much on like high fantasy movies.
Yeah.
And I fucking love fantasy. We're D&D players, right? Like we fucking love fantasy.
I loved Mortal Kombat when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I've just grown out of it.
You've grown out of it.
Well, the problem is, Mortal Kombat.
I think most people do.
That's why I was like, I was watching this and I was like, what the fuck kind of abomination is that Street Fighter movie going to be?
Yeah.
Because like, Jesus Christ, the cast for that is like pathetic.
I loved that. That movie's terrible with Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I loved it when I went to see it when I was a kid.
We were also little kids.
And it was also a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
So was the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
But that was during like the Mario Brothers. They were trying to redo all those old video games.
That was like we'll never be able to make a good video game movies.
I've always thought Mortal Kombat had a much better lore than Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Street Fighter didn't have any. It was literally just. But what I liked about Street Fighter is that it mimicked Bloodsport, right?
Yeah.
Which is there's a sumo wrestler from Japan. There's an electricity monster from Brazil. There's a fucking Muay Thai guy, right?
Yeah.
There's a fucking Indian guy who can stretch his legs and spit fire.
They did Blanca wrong in the movie, though. They just made him like a normal human. It was kind of bullshit.
Yeah. No, but that's what I mean. It's like it had flavor just on like, Guile's like the fucking U.S. soldier, right? So they had all these cool fucking.
But he was actually, what is it, Dutch? It's like, what the fuck, man?
Right, but it had all these things that like gave it some flavor.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat always just felt very fucking flat. And like I didn't really ever care about the characters. It was just fatalities.
The exact same design.
They really did, yeah. It was a lot of like the same shit over and over.
Versus Western mythology type thing too.
Yeah, it could be.
Because Kung Lao, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, they all sound the fucking same to Americans.
Yeah.
But to Asians, they probably don't.
Yeah, that could be true. I don't know. Yeah, I always was like, the poll was just, oh my God, there's fucking blood in a video game.
Yeah.
And then like 5 years later, you're like, oh, now I played Doom. Why the fuck do I give a shit about Mortal Kombat?
Was the first game to capture live actors.
It did have like the photorealistic fighters. That was a big deal when that first hit.
And that was like mocap at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was revolutionary.
That was so different because Street Fighter was like a cartoon.
Because it's like you're killing a real person all of a sudden.
But again, that's such a weird like that. If that's the thing, it was like the ultra violence and they looked like people was the aesthetic that made Mortal Kombat so popular at the time. Man, like how did we fucking go so far off the rails where now it's just a cartoon?
I don't think it's just that. I think the story of Mortal Kombat 2, the idea that these are the toughest humans on Earth, and they have to fight this cosmic battle to save
Great
Earth.
pitch. It's
the same idea as Dune, right? We all gave up our guns, and now we're going to do this instead.
I did not understand why old-ass Johnny Cage was one of the 9.
Well, you can't.
Because the gods saw potential in him.
You can't determine what the gods are going to think, bro. Yeah.
Well, he did have 6 black belts.
He did.
He had
when he was
6
young.
black belts.
They just waited too long.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like the gods suck and should do a better job of recruiting.
Well, they don't understand human physiology.
Also, like Lord Raiden, right? He's like, we only have 4 fighters. And I was like, I feel like you should have been on this like immediately.
You should have like 20 at least.
Yeah. And he's like, it takes fucking months to unlock your superpowers. I was like, what have you been doing? What the fuck have you been doing? You just been chilling at the Sky Temple?
That part was pretty stupid, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? And they're like, well, we got to wait till Days of the Dead Atlanta to fucking know where Johnny Cage is. It's like, what the fuck? Like, just go fucking get a fighter.
I mean, they probably do.
Also, like, were no UFC fighters available? Or like fucking Mike Tyson wasn't available? Yeah, what the fuck? Like some guy who's actually good at beating people up right now.
I think I would have Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, why don't we get it? Yeah, here, we're going to get a guy who's just going to strangle everyone to death because he used to fight bears as a child. And you're like, that's a good Mortal Kombat team.
There we go.
Or knock off Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, it's like...
You can even get Jean-Claude Van Damme should have played Johnny Cage. That would have made the movie way better.
No, he's a wrinkly old nutsack.
I feel like that would have made it way better.
He's no Karl Urban.
Oh
I will say, for how much shit I've talked about this movie, and it was a 80% unbearable fucking 2 hours of my life. Like I was literally in the theater I was kind of like you. I was having this like, God, did I commit my whole life to the art of cinema? Right? And this is all like that it ever matters, right? And like any movie won't matter unless it's this stupid shit. Again, they nailed Johnny Cage. Karl Urban fucking crushed this movie.
Agreed.
I did find the scene where he confronts Baraka so fucking wildly entertaining. That was a great fucking
scene. Where he
didn't
didn't want to fight him?
Yeah, where he's talking shit because he's like, he's going to fight Liu Kang. He's like, old Hollywood negotiations. And it's like, no, I'm going to fight you. And I was like, oh, this is fucking fun. Like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
The problem is it's just like, that shit's so, like, that scene works, but like the two brothers fighting, unwatchable. Katana versus Luke Cage, unwatchable. Right? Jackson Jade was like an interesting fight. They kind of had like a more like fisticuffs thing. And then they're like, let's attack the throne room against the new guy who's a god because we just drained Raiden of his powers.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is it? Like, you're just fucking spraying fireballs in his face?
It seemed like it culminated very quickly.
Yeah, it was just one of those, like, where's the fucking tea? And then all of a sudden, there's like a necromancer, and there's a sorcerer,
looked terrible.
And there's the fucking queen.
The necromancer did look like a bad 80s villain.
Well, no, he was only there so Kano could be like, I know he looks like Voldemort's nutsack, but this guy, we're going to need him. And I was like, it's funny. Like, what the fuck?
It's funny, but why does he put all the eyeliner on? Like, it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then we bring Kano back to just be a kind of battling versus Johnny Cage thing. It's like Johnny Cage is already doing all the jokes. Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that was Kano's whole thing. He was an anti-hero.
Kano was the breakout star of the first one. He's whoever that actor is. He's so fucking hilarious. Like, he's great in both movies. Like, that guy should go on to get, like, a big role after this. He's fantastic.
Dude, I feel like Australians or New Zealanders have, like, a hand up in acting just because they seem so cool.
They just seem fucking
like,
hilarious.
It doesn't matter what they say. It's just
there is something about an Australian voice. Again, sorry, Brody, not you.
Not you, Brody.
There is something about the Australian voice that's inherently funny. Like, when an Australian guy's like, I am going to beat your face in. And you're just like, oh, that's adorable.
Or if he's like, oh, I'm going to
Even though they probably could all beat us up, they're all like beach Adonises that deal with deadly animals all day. There's just something about the voice that like is inherently funny.
I heard they're mostly alcoholics.
You heard that, huh?
Well, we have a source. We'll ask.
We'll ask him.
Yeah, I think most of us are too. If I'm being honest, yeah.
Look at the dead soldiers just all around the.
These were all Sophia's.
No, these are all Sophia's. She's got issues, man.
Sophia.
All right, this movie sucks. I don't think we need to talk about it much longer. Let's go to messed up moments. Sam, what's the most messed up moment in Mortal Kombat 2?
Ah, man. I don't know if there was one, was there? I think maybe for me, I guess when Jax got killed, because I was like, why the fuck you gotta kill Jax?
No shit, dude. What the fuck?
Like, why you gotta kill? And then they started killing everybody, so I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But I was like, why does he have to be the first one, you know?
Yeah.
I guess they killed Cole.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in the world was sad that Cole died.
But Jax is like a main story character.
Jax was like an integral part of Mortal Kombat.
And he was kind of whooping his ass, and then all of a sudden he gets his arm ripped off, and then he gets stabbed through the chest. I'm like, okay, well, shit just changed. Because they were winning. It seemed like they were winning.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, that was my messed up moment.
Yeah. Heath?
What do you got, Heath?
Scratch the brain. What was the most messed up moment in Mortal Kombat 2?
Maybe the fact that Johnny Cage didn't get to finish his second drink before he gets
the fact that he stood that guy up on the bar tab.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he didn't have to pay for it, though.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Maybe the most messed up moment for me personally was the point that took me out of the movie where I was kind of like, this is not going to be enjoyable at all, is when Raiden and Sonya approach Johnny Cage at his car. Well, he's packing up his
he's got his little fucking car.
His stuff. And they looked fucking ridiculous. And they acknowledge it. They're like, sorry, guys, no more autographs. And
yeah, what are you, cosplayers?
Are you cosplayers? And I'm kind of like, yeah, they do look so stupid. And they have to play it seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how do you get out of this joke? Because I'm looking at Raiden in this car garage with his stupid hat. He's like trying to fire lightning bolts. Yeah. It was so dumb. And I'm just like, there's no getting out of this.
And then he just walks with
him. You cannot turn this into a scene.
There's a lot
that
of
makes
conceits.
this be serious.
Well, then they like try to be serious about like the stakes of the world, and the next thing you know, it's girl who shoots little circles versus the fucking queen witch. And you're just like, my God, this is a fucking cinematic low point in my life. Like, this is one of the worst scenes I've ever watched. I guess if I had to pick a messed up moment, one, I actually thought, like, the fatality was cool, even though the fight was fucking dog shit, was when Liu Kang fought his brother with the hat.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that scene was so fucking stupid and awful. And the fucking place they were fighting just looked awful. Yeah. I was like, what? Like, just the most uncinematic thing I've ever seen. But at the end, I did think it was pretty fucking cool when he jumped up and pulled the guy and dunked him on his own hat. It just was like...
Well, and he quit. He was charging up for attack, right? And you see he quits, and he's like, I'm just going to take this and pull him.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what he's going to do.
I at least thought that the violence of the fatality was interesting.
Yeah.
Which in this movie, it's like anything that was interesting, you just are clinging on to like a life raft.
Because he held his hands for a while and he looked at him in the eyes and he's like, I'll save you, but not today.
Yeah, it was like when we saw Garden State in the theater and your friend Newman got mad at me for his whole life because I ruined movies for him.
Oh, because he touched his chest?
Yeah, because Zach Braff puts his hand on his dad's exposed tits, and I was just like...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Griffey just started hysterically laughing. At like one of the most heartfelt moments of the movie. Yeah. And everybody in the theater was like, what the fuck?
And Newman got really mad. He's like, you fucking ruined Garden State.
No, Newman said he'd never go see a movie with you again.
And then now you watch it now and you're like, Garden State's just a soundtrack with the bullshit movie attached. It's horrible.
It is a killer
But in the theater, all I could think about is like, what would my dad do if he was laying in bed? I sat on the edge of his seat and I put my hand on his exposed tits.
Yeah, movie horse shit.
Like my dad would have fucking literally tried to murder me. He would have been like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I could not stop laughing. And the scene has a little bit of that. But at least the like wheel hat cutting him up was, I guess, cool. For a movie where all the violence is so cartoon.
I thought the kill at the very end was better, where he gets his...
Yeah, the head chopped up.
Yeah, his head sliced up.
Kind of. But again, let me ask you this. Do you think this movie benefits at all if there were practical effects in it?
No, there's no point. Everything's synthetic.
Yeah.
It is true. The whole world is kind of like a video game in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did wonder, I was like, had they had some really cool practical, like, Terrifier effects, would this movie be 10%
better? No, it
better?
would actually make it worse.
I feel like it would slow it down a little bit.
Well, and
That's
it would make
point.
everything else look even more fake than it already is. It wouldn't blend.
Oh, dude, that's a good point I never thought of. Yeah. Hey, you know, we're going to have New Movie Mondays where the movies fucking suck. Mortal Kombat is a sign of the end times of the art form, and that's fine. It's going to make a lot of money, and we're going to be sitting through these for years to come if you have kids.
The one thing I can say about it, as far as like movies that suck that you have to watch for a podcast, at least this one was entertaining to watch.
I mean, I'll give you that. Like, I definitely got some laughs out of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I took. I was like, for Mortal Kombat movie, not scary. The monster characters weren't scary. The fighting was terrible. It's way funnier.
I mean,
it's way funnier than you think it would be.
Even just for some of the frames, just if you're just looking for still photographs, like this movie offers a lot.
I could give you that.
I wish I would have been there to see it when you took Logan. I think that would have been fun to be there with him.
This is a movie for fucking 8-year-old boys. And he fucking loved it. And it's a movie I'm going to end up watching like 20 times.
Yeah.
Because he loved it so much. And it is one of those, I think Ninja Turtles 2 is also apt, where you're just like, oh, it's like fucking giant action figures.
Yes.
And that's fucking cool when you're a child. But guys, we're fucking grown-ups. We have to demand better. This is fucking nonsense and poppycock.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give Sam that. We
gotta watch stuff like Weapons and Jimmy and Stiggs and be enlightened.
Here we go.
Those are much better movies.
Okay, he said it.
Weapons are. Weapons is.
The fact that Sam... Never mind. I'm not even going to engage with Sam. If you're a Sam and you just fucking need Mortal Kombat in your life, man, I'm glad you have it. But yeah, guys, as a people, we should do better. Let's rise above. Let's fucking boycott these movies. We should boycott these movies. We should not go see these anymore.
I say keep making them.
No, if it's free on HBO.
James Wan, I like you and I've liked all your work. Keep making Mortal Kombat.
James Wan didn't make this, did he?
Produced
Atomic
this
Monster.
Oh, Atomic Monster.
Yeah.
Oh, they did do part of this movie. Gotcha.
They did the whole thing, brother.
Yeah.
Not just
they were one of the couple companies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, you know, hey, I love James Wan too, and I want him to keep having money to make real
these
movies.
Guys hate you, but you know, I support you.
No, I love
your
you.
work.
I fucking hate Mortal Kombat. Maybe it's because I grew up a Street Fighter 2 kid. I just am built into hate.
Guile. He seems French to me. He doesn't seem American.
That's it.
He wears
Mercifully
a beret.
for Mortal Kombat 2, we're switching sides to literally any other franchise and betraying Mortal Kombat. I hope you didn't go see it, if I'm being honest. I hope you didn't pay money to watch this movie.
Or take your kid.
Take your kid.
Will love it.
If you have a young boy, they're going to fucking
Or if
love
you're
this
married
movie.
to like a 35-year-old underdeveloped
Sam.
male.
Yeah. If you're married to Sam, yeah.
Take him. He'll love it.
Okay, that's true.
That's it. Go to Indiegogo, type in Mr. Cream Jeans, our first movie. Help us get that out in the world by doing a messed up movie draft versus me, Sam, Heath, Sophia, Dandino, whoever you want. We will make it happen. We'll do real Mortal Kombat, dude, not this fucking poppycock I just watched. Please go to the Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon page. Help support and grow this show. Please subscribe to the Misfit Parade YouTube, Jesus Christ, where you can find our Tales from the Crypt companion podcast, Keepers of the Crypt, as you are rewatching Tales from the Crypt on Shudder. Now that it's finally got a streaming home, we'll see you next week for what will mercifully be a better movie.